The American Museum of Natural History's ethnographic collections are some of the best in the world, especially for native North American materials. We have one of the best of all Northwest Coast collections, if not the best. There were a series of special collecting expeditions. The Jessup expedition was one of the largest expeditions to collect ethnographic artifacts ever mounted. It went to the northwest coast of North America and the northeast coast of Asia, including Siberia, and all the way down to other parts of East Asia as well. That involved a number of anthropologists who were working under Franz Boas, who was the curator of North American ethnology at the time. This is a wonderful Nuchanoth whaler's hat. These are very early. They stopped being made by the mid to late 19th century. So this was probably made in the early 19th or even the late 18th century. Most of these whalers' hats feature whalers in canoes hunting whales, killer whales like these. Another medium in which people represent their artistic styles is on carved spoons. This beautiful piece comes from the Gitxsan people in British Columbia. Here you have beautiful overlay of horn with abalone. This is a killer whale mask that comes from the Kwakwaka'wakw people on the coast of mainland British Columbia. It's a huge mask. It's one of the largest masks I've ever seen, and it has many moving parts. So, for example, the jaws hinge up and down, and these could be drawn up and down by the dancer during the dance. Similarly, the dorsal fin with the eagle could move back and forth. The fins, likewise, can move back and forth as the dancer performs, and the double tail, those move also in the course of the performance. One of the best-known weaving traditions of the Northwest Coast involves the use of mountain goat wool with cedar bark, especially in the form of so-called Chilkat blankets. The Chilkat are a people who belong to the Tlingit Nation on the coast of Alaska. Chilkat blankets, or dancing robes, were and still are worn by people of chiefly rank, both men and women, especially during the course of ceremonies that, generally speaking, we refer to as potlatches. Northwest Coast art represents a combination of naturalistic and abstract principles, and it's frequently very difficult to decode the abstract symbolic elements. So this piece famously has 3 separate interpretations that are given to it at the turn of the last century. We're not sure about the particular provenience of this. We think it's either Haida or Tsimshian. It's a raven rattle. This is a shaman's rattle that was used by a number of peoples on the northern Northwest Coast. The raven is a supernatural creature which is part human as well as part raven. And this represents raven on the upper side and a sparrowhawk on the lower side. One aspect of raven is tearing the tongue of an evil spirit named Kakahete, who is a mountain spirit, a whistling spirit. And by doing that, he's stealing fire. A raven is responsible for producing the light of the world by stealing it from the underworld. The highlights of our collection, of course, a lot are on display in the Northwest Coast Hall, and there's the Great Canoe in the Grand Gallery too. But we have a huge collection in storage on the 4th floor. We consider it sort of as an archive for traditional cultures. It's an extraordinarily important resource.